The rabbit is often portrayed as the gentle and graceful member of the Chinese zodiac, known for its calm demeanor, compassion, and elegance. But don't let this delicate exterior fool you. Beneath the soft and serene surface, the rabbit hides a series of strange, fun, and sometimes shocking negative traits that will leave you reconsidering everything you thought you knew about this seemingly mild-mannered zodiac sign. Deeply connected to Chinese symbolism, mythology, and astrology, the rabbit has a dark side that few are aware of. Passive aggressiveness in disguise. One of the most unexpected traits of the rabbit is their tendency to be passive-aggressive. While they may not engage in open conflict, rabbits have a subtle way of expressing their dissatisfaction or disapproval. They rarely confront problems head-on, preferring to drop vague hints or give silent treatments rather than engage in a direct argument. This can be confusing for those around them, as rabbits may seem sweet and agreeable on the surface, but underneath, they may harbor deep resentment or frustration. This passive-aggressive streak can make them difficult to deal with, as they often leave others guessing about what's really bothering them. In Chinese symbolism, the rabbit is associated with peace and diplomacy, but this same trait also leads them to avoid conflict at all costs. Their preference for a harmony, they often bottle up their emotions rather than risk a confrontation. However, when these emotions finally surface, they tend to do so in subtle, passive-aggressive ways that can catch others off guard. Master of evasion. While rabbits are celebrated for their diplomatic nature, they can also be shockingly evasive when it comes to responsibility or commitment. Rabbits are known for their ability to hop from one thing to the next, whether it's relationships, projects, or problems. If things start to feel too intense or overwhelming, the rabbit will often disappear, leaving others to pick up the pieces. They excel at evading tough situations and are masters of slipping away when things get uncomfortable. This can make them seem unreliable or even flaky, as they struggle to commit to anything that requires sustained effort or emotional labor. This trait is rooted in the rabbit's association with the moon in Chinese mythology. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, the rabbit's commitment to people and projects can fluctuate depending on their mood. In ancient Chinese stories, the rabbit lives on the moon, symbolizing its connection to the ever-changing nature of emotions and time. This makes the rabbit sensitive and intuitive, but also prone to escaping reality when it gets too harsh or demanding. Overly sensitive to criticism. Perhaps one of the most surprising aspects of the rabbit's personality is how deeply they are affected by criticism. While they may seem composed and calm, rabbits are secretly hypersensitive to even the smallest hint of disapproval. They tend to internalize criticism, replaying it over and over in their minds, which can lead to feelings of insecurity and self-doubt. This sensitivity is so pronounced that even casual comments can send a rabbit spiraling into anxiety or frustration, causing them to withdraw emotionally. Though they don't show it openly, rabbits have a fragile ego that can easily be bruised. This trait is tied to the rabbit's connection with the wood element in the Chinese 5 elements theory. The wood element represents growth and sensitivity, making the rabbit particularly attuned to their environment and the opinions of others. While this makes them empathetic, it also makes them vulnerable to feeling judged or inadequate, even when the criticism is minor or unintended. Surprisingly pessimistic, despite their outwardly positive and nurturing nature, rabbits can be shockingly pessimistic. They often expect the worst, especially when it comes to their personal lives. Rabbits have a tendency to worrying excessively, overthinking every detail and imagining negative outcomes that may never occur. This pessimism can affect their relationships, as they may become overly cautious or suspicious, fearing that things will go wrong even when there's no real evidence to support their fears. They can also be prone to bouts of melancholy, sinking into periods of low mood or anxiety when they feel overwhelmed by their worries. In Chinese mythology, the rabbit's association with the moon also plays into this tendency toward introspection and melancholy. The moon's cyclical nature mirrors the rabbit's emotional highs and lows, making them prone to moments of darkness when they feel uncertain or vulnerable. Their delicate nature means they are deeply affected by changes in their surroundings, which can fuel their tendency to expect the worst. Avoids confrontation to a fault. Rabbits are so conflict-averse that they will go to extreme lengths to avoid it, even when confrontation is necessary. This reluctance to address problems head-on can lead to unresolved issues in their personal and professional lives. Rather than tackling challenges directly, rabbits tend to withdraw or deflect, hoping that the issue will resolve itself over time. Unfortunately, this strategy rarely works and often leaves them feeling powerless. Their fear of rocking the boat can lead to long-term frustration, as important problems are left unaddressed and relationships slowly deteriorate. This aversion to conflict is also a reflection of the rabbit's symbolism in Chinese culture. The rabbit is seen as a symbol of peace and tranquility, often depicted as a quiet, gentle creature that avoids danger. While this makes them excellent at creating harmony in their environment, it also means that they struggle to stand up for themselves or assert their needs when necessary. Advice for the rabbit. For the rabbit, it's crucial to find a balance between their natural diplomacy and the need to confront issues head-on. Avoiding conflict may provide short-term relief, but it often leads to long-term problems that are harder to fix. Rabbits should work on developing assertiveness and learning to express their feelings more openly rather than resorting to passive-aggressive behaviors. Rabbits also need to confront their tendency toward pessimism. By learning to manage their anxieties and focusing on positive outcomes, they can create a more balanced and optimistic outlook on life. And while sensitivity is one of their greatest strengths, it's important for rabbits to develop resilience to criticism. Not every comment needs to be taken to heart, and learning to let go of minor slights will help them feel more confident and secure. In conclusion, while the rabbit may seem like the most gentle and harmless sign of the zodiac, they are far more complex than they appear. From passive-aggressive tendencies to a surprising flair for evasion, rabbits have a dark side that is often hidden from view. By embracing their quirks and working through their vulnerabilities, rabbits can find greater strength in their sensitivity and live a more fulfilling life. The rabbit's softness is what makes them special, but understanding their hidden layers is key to unlocking their full potential.